name's Rebecca Swikowski. I'm with Get Reformed Pilates. Today I'm going to teach you a series of exercises that I've named ReCenter Your Center. So if you have to spend long hours sitting in a chair at a computer, rounded over, this program will help open up your upper back. It'll help you loosen up your hips. It will strengthen your lower back and stretch and strengthen your hamstrings. So I'm sitting on a large ball, sometimes called a Swiss ball. This is 65 centimeters. If I were taller, maybe 5'7" or 8", I would want to move up to the next size, which would be 75 centimeters. What else you'll need with this program is a set of dumbbells. I have a set of 5. I wouldn't go any heavier than a set of 8 pounds. So the first thing we do is sit on top of the ball. We want to open up the upper back. I'm just going to curl the hips under and roll down until I hit my shoulder blades. Then reach over my head. If I have a bed or something to hold on to, I can pull myself back and forth, moving to my lower back into my pelvis, and then stretching to open my upper back. Lower back and stretch, and my upper back. Do it one more time to be sure that those hips are opened up. And then I want to walk on out until I'm in tabletop position. I can reach for my dumbbells. My head and shoulders are on the ball. My hips are lifted. I'm in a straight tabletop position. And while maintaining that position, for 15 times, I just want to open up the upper chest, letting the back of the bicep touch the back of the ball. The arms will go below shoulder height. Inhale to open. Exhale to come back. Good. 4. And the whole time you're keeping your hips lifted, activating the glutes and your hamstrings. Good. And 7. Just let the arms relax, opening up the chest, and then squeeze the pectoral muscles as you bring it back in. And 9. Exhale to come back in. And 10. And add 5 more on. You need a lot more opening for that upper back. Good. Inhale to open. Exhale to bring it back in. Good. 3 more. Open and exhale. Just let your head rest. Be sure its neck is completely long. And then just to work the upper triceps, go ahead and do a set of 10 tricep extensions over your head. These can move a little quicker. Strengthening the back of the arms, the triceps, and still activating your glutes and hamstrings to stay in that tabletop with your lower body. You can just breathe naturally. Try to keep your elbows pointed to the ceiling so that as you take those dumbbells over your head, you're strengthening those triceps. Now go ahead and roll back a little bit. Place the weights on the floor. Hold on to the ball for balance if you need to until you're sitting right back on top. Now this is just what I call hula hoop. Just make circles, loosening up the hips, the IT band, just a few in each direction, just releasing the pelvis. Good. Arching the back, round, curling under, reaching around, curling under. Next we want to work on stabilizing. So center yourself back on top of the ball. You can start with your hands holding onto the ball to balance if you've not done this before. This is just marches. So we're going to lift up the right leg and hold it up and place it down. Now the leg that's on the floor is the one that's stabilizing that hip. So use your core to balance. It'll take a few repetitions before your balance comes into play. And then if you think you have your balance, go ahead and genie the arms in the front for your second half. These are just marches, lifting your body up, trying not to sink down into that ball. Good. And we've got 2 more to go. Now if you're able to do the 10 marches, let's make it a little bit harder. Extend the arms out, lift that leg up, kick the soccer ball, bring it back in, and put that foot down. Lift up, kick, come in, place it down. Try to stay as much in the center as you can, using your core to stabilize. Anytime you're on a moving surface, that's going to be more challenging for that core. Lift, kick. Good, let's do 4 more. Lift, kick, lift, kick, last 2. And nice. Now stand up and walk around behind the ball, kneeling. We want to extend and stretch the lower back. So we're going to put our feet tucked under. I'm using the poles, but you don't need anything. Lift the body up and place the rib cage on the ball. This is your Superman and Swan. I have my hands on the top of the ball, the shoulders are down. I roll the ball out till my body is parallel to the floor. I'm in Superman. Now push the heels of the hands against the ball, open up the chest, and lift up to your Swan stretch. Then lengthen the crown of the head back to your Superman and roll back to kneeling. Inhale to roll out to Superman. Exhale to go up into Swan. Inhale out to Superman. Exhale back to Swan. Let's do a few more. Inhale up, out, and reach. Inhale, hold the core in for support as you stretch up to Swan. Keep your neck long. Reach, and last one. Reach out, squeeze the back of the hips to support the core, shoulders down. Reach, and then to finish, just kneel, and we'll just go to sleep. Hug the ball, turn the head to the side, and just stretch that upper back. We call this hugging the popsicle. And then lift up and turn your head the other way. Good. Next is hamstring curls. When you sit in a chair with your hamstrings short for a long time, they lose strength as well as flexibility. So we'll do some hamstring curls on the ball. Place the ball center and lay down in a plank. Your heels directly on top. This won't work if you have socks on, so take socks off. You need to be barefoot. Now in one movement, push up into that plank position, feet are flexed. Stay lifted while you roll the ball back and forth 10 times. Stay at that same height. 3 and 4 and 5, 7 and 8 and 9 and good. 10. Set the hips down. Now in between sets, you want to just keep those hamstrings warm, so just roll the ball back and forth. Now the exercise in the middle is a little bit harder. It's going to have a bridge up, so go up to your plank, roll the ball in till your feet are flat, push up into a high bridge, come back down to your original plank position, then roll out. 10 times. Come in, push up, halfway down, roll out. 3, push up, halfway down, roll out. 4, lift, halfway. You can't get through all 10, just take a break and add the other 5 back on. And 6, good, and 7, and 8. Your hamstrings will probably be burning. 9, and really open up those hips. 10, and then set the hips down. And again, in between sets, keep those hamstrings moving and just roll the ball back and forth for a mini break. Now, sandwich this in and repeat the first exercise, which is just the hamstring curls. Go up into your plank, 10 more hamstring curls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Last one, lift the hips up and roll down. And again, give yourself a mini break. The next exercise series is one-leg circles with your hips in the air. So you might want to place the ball a little bit more onto your calf muscle. Press back up into your plank, stabilize, push down on the left leg, take the right leg to the ceiling. While you're balancing, draw those 5 core circles each way. 3, 4, and then reverse directions. Outside crossover 1 and 2. Try to keep your hips lifted. 3 and 4 and 5. If you can, just make a change, keeping your hips up to the other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and other way. Keep pressing down on that right leg to try to stabilize the ball. And then set that leg down, set the hips down. Roll back and forth. Now the last test of your hamstring strength and your gluteal strength is to lift the leg first. So the right leg is up in the air in one movement. Boost up and hold that position up there. 3, 2, 1. Set the foot down, set the hips down. Lift the leg up in one movement. Boost up with that one glute pushing and hold it. 3 and 2 and 1. Foot down, hips down. And then to finish your program, you want to do a little psoas stretch. So you bring the ball around, and I want to have it at least an arm's distance away from me. I swing my right leg around to the outside, pushing my left hip forward. I'm going to walk forward on the ball until I get to a resting lunge, stretching the front of my hip, which is your psoas muscle. Again, when we sit for long periods of time, that muscle tightens and shortens up. And then bring it back, change legs, walk out. Keep pushing that right hip forward on this side. And then finish your program with just a little upper back stretch. Just take the ball, walk it away, sit back into a child rest pose and drop your head between your shoulders, stretching your upper back. And that was your nice little break, recentering your center. Thank you.